Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody who's been coming to this channel. Liking, subscribing, leaving your comments, whether positive or negative. Much love and much praise to everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening out here. We usually talk about certain topics and things of that nature, but now we're going to kind of try something different. I've been reporting some news here and there. This is probably my third or fourth thing that I reported from the city that I'm from, which is Jersey City, New Jersey. So I greet everybody upon this evening for sure. Basically, this is about violence and stuff like that that's going down in general. But this story right here, I've been knew about, but I just waited a little bit until the news had something to say about it. You understand that? Just to make sure it's a firm confirmation. But as my disclaimer is, I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church at all. So please do not lay claims of me on that. So if anybody have like a story in general that they have a family member or a friend or whoever who has been shot and killed, feel free to share in the comment section. If you have a story like that you know of, or somebody, being shot and killed and stuff like that, and how it affected your life and things of that nature, or somebody you knew or knew of. A lot of people know I am from Jersey City, New Jersey, born and raised for sure. Um, I don't really do too much stories upon Jersey City because it's really nothing positive too much coming out of Jersey City where I'm from. You know what I mean? But it's a crazy city in general. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy city in general, as with all locations that many of us are from in reference to the urban areas. Now, there was a Jersey City man killed, shot and killed at a concert over the weekend. I was going to talk about it when it happened, because a lot of things spread fast through Facebook and social media before it hit the local news and stuff like that now. So I've been knew about it at the end of the day. Jersey City man Adam Bellamy. You know, I went to Lincoln High School with him in Jersey City, New Jersey. Cool guy, cool dude. Got nothing bad to say about him. He was shot and killed. I think a little fight or something like that happened in the club or whatever. You know, things like that. It happens. But it's a sad way to go out for sure. You're in the club with demons and devils, and then you get shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the crazy ways to go out for sure. Being around demons and devils, and then you get shot and killed in a club like that. You know, and it's a sad situation that um a lot of some people are sweeping it underneath the rug. We said Queen Elizabeth was killed. Queen Elizabeth. Honestly, it's like it's like they make it seem like her life is like holds like so much importance than other people. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But what I'm gonna shout out to everybody in the chat room, and we're gonna get back to the topic at hand. What up, Flemings? What up, Hailing Gently, Hope, Lady Speed, Shirley Dukes, Lady Divine, True Seeker, Penelope, Dominic Stewart, Jamar Wilson, Tara Johnson, Jody, Corner B, what is that? S Bob, Moni, what is that? GJ. Let me see who else. What up, Hester? What up, what is that? Paula. You said what is the topic? This is not really a topic, more so just a little news or whatever the case may be. But the subtitle that I came off top of the head is like gun violence and stuff like that. That is a subtitle to this. If you have any type of experience dealing with somebody, or even if yourself have been shot before, or been in a situation where as though you experience being shot or being shot at, or seen somebody get shot or shot at, or know somebody that got shot, and things like that. You know what I mean? So this is just a news type of thing. You know, I haven't done one of these in like years, in reference to things that are from the city that I'm from. You know, this person knew of a little bit, just a little bit. You know, he got killed in Waterbury, Connecticut, at some type of a rap concert. You know, at a place called Lit Ultra Lounge or something like that. Me personally, I never been to a club in my life. You know what I'm saying? Never. It's hard to believe, but I never been to one. Inside, rather. I never been inside a club. You know what I'm saying? Partying and whatnot. You know, it's hard to believe, but I never been to one. But I can imagine what goes on in there for sure. You know, and I'm not really dogging anybody who go to clubs and whatnot, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful because you could be wiped out at any time. Anytime. You know what I'm saying? Because if a person is dancing, you know, you dancing on a woman, you getting it in, you popping Percocets and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, the altercation comes about. Bullets are flying. You know, bullets are flying, and then you going out. You know what I mean? And that type of setting, it's a sad thing. Listen, those who happen to tune in from Jersey City, I don't care if you know what I mean. You personally know me. You know, the truth is the truth. Simple as that. Truth is truth. I don't put anybody in heaven. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good of a person he was. I'm not gonna put people in heaven. You understand that? Not at all. You know, and I know a lot of people, even on here, who profess holiness. You know, we wouldn't even put our own families in heaven if they die. You know, if we know the truth at the end of the day. You understand? All right. What up, Valentino? Naomi Hope says, I'm glad you're out the hood. Well, I'm glad too. I'm glad too. And, you know, not to be sucked up into that realm. You know, I never was interested in that garbage at all. Never. Even as a kid, you know, friends would hang out on the corner. I didn't want to do that. For what reason? You understand? I'm not justifying it now, but all I wanted to do is, you know, play video games. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that as a kid and go to the mall and things like that as a kid, you know? Um, Valentino says, greetings, brother. I'm from Cape Town, Africa. Dang, excuse me. I'm from Cape Town, Africa. Thank God for you and this YouTube channel. Much love and much blessings. Appreciate that. Shirley Duke says, me and my children, you said, oh, your children's cousin was killed about 3 years ago. Her boyfriend killed her. Wow, she wasn't shot. She told a family member he abused her. We didn't, what is that? We didn't GEA. Let me see if I can find your continuation. Oh, we didn't hear from her for a week. Police found her in her apartment in BK. Her boyfriend vanished. Can't find him anywhere. Wow. So Shirley Dukes is speaking about, you know, the children's cousin was killed about 3 years ago. Her boyfriend killed her, abused her, and stuff like that. You know, you got situations like that. You know, it's a sad situation when somebody goes out in a manner of that way. You know, it's sad. You know, it's definitely sad for sure. You know, all right. Um, you said who? Well, I wouldn't call him a cat. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. Yes, we do all got to go. We do all have to die someday. That's true. That's true. At the end of the day, but I mean, I would prefer to check out when I'm 120 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm 120, you know, Lord, give me all the time you can. You know, give me all the time you can, Lord, for real. You know, because each day is a blessing to get more right. You know, with God in general. You know, I don't want to check out at the age of 38. You know what I mean? From something silly. I still feel young. I still feel, I'm getting stronger and faster. Still feel like I'm in my prime, healthy, still athletic, running track and things like that, you know. So I don't want to check out that way at all. I'm trying to live till I'm in my hundreds, with the help of the Lord, So yes, we all do got to check out, but I want to check out healthy as possible, and I don't want to check out that way. You understand? All right. Well, he's just a person I knew of. You know, somebody mentioned Queen Elizabeth. I mean, in general, her life is not more important than the next person. At the end of the day, whether it was Ray from up the block who got killed, or Shaniqua who was killed, or whoever. You know, Queen Elizabeth life ain't more important. You know what I'm saying, than anybody else. At the end of the day, how the news media is making it seem. They doing all these news broadcasts on Queen Elizabeth and stuff like that. Okay, she dead. Blessingly, I hope she knew Christ. I hope she knew Christ. I hope she was baptized the right way. I doubt it. I hope she received the Holy Ghost. Doubt it. I hope she lived holiness and righteous. I doubt it. I don't know, but me personally, I doubt it. I doubt it. But I hope people who pass on like that. I hope they had their soul right. Because being a good person is just not enough. At the end of the day, what up, Hester? All right. I think it was also a person out there in Memphis also who was out there randomly shooting people. You know, if anybody know a little bit about that story that just broke recently, this person, they went into like an auto zone or something and started, shooting, and got on Facebook Live and recorded one of the killings and things like that. People are doing silly things out here, silly, going on Facebook Live, going on Twitch Live, YouTube Live, or whatever live, to showcase their stupidity and killing people. Going up to a Walmart, going up to a Target or something like that, or just a supermarket, a gas station. They got their phone and they recording. Listen, look what I'm going to do, and pow, to shoot somebody randomly. Person could have been tying their shoe. You understand? You got crazy, silly people out here that have a mindset to just kill people. So be careful out there. I'm not saying live in fear. Just be careful out there for sure. All right. Paula says the rap music nowadays is doing nothing but promoting black on black violence. Absolutely. Absolutely. Majority, yes. I say about 95%. Everybody want to talk about killing. Everybody want to talk about, uh, you know, uh, doing what they do to a woman, but especially killing. You know what I'm saying? They find that entertaining at the end of the day. It's no guidance. So when you uh in a concert, and there's music like that, demonic music, it's no difference from heavy metal. It's no difference. It's no difference from heavy metal at all. Ozzy Osbourne, you know, and all those other crazy rock stars and stuff like that out there. You know, when you speak in a sense of killing and stuff like that, you may think it's entertaining to the rappers out there who talk like that. You got to be careful because you might curse yourself and others around you. You can enjoy you're gonna enjoy the money, the girls, and the attention and all that other stuff, but that comes with a price at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right at Paulina is promoting black on black violence. These so-called rappers. 1 minute they want to talk like Malcolm X. Next minute they want to be Hugh Hefner. Next minute they want to be Big Meech from BMF. You know, They don't know what they want to do. You can't be a rapper. You can't be a so-called rapper talking about killing, you know what I'm saying? Shooting up the block and stuff like that. Then on another video, you talking about, oh man, we blacks, we gotta get together and all that other nonsense. You understand that? It don't make sense. It's a contradiction. What you want to do? You can't talk about killing, and then you can't speak as if you're like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It really don't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? All right. What up, Kev Game? Yep, I heard about it. True Seeker, for sure. For sure, for sure. All right. Moni from Detroit says, I don't think it's nothing funny about anybody being shot up or killed. Some people do laugh at it on other main channels. When it comes to black people, it's only sadness when it turned around on whites. Well, you're right. You know, they talk about it in the music, in the rap videos, you know, disrespecting dead people. You know, well, they dead at the end of the day. You know, I mean, it really don't mean nothing when you think about it. But, you know, some people who are close to them, they may feel some type of way, you know. But if you're living in that lifestyle, that's what they do. I'm not justifying it at all. You know, it's a silly thing to do, you know. And it's funny that it seems to be coming just from our community, blacks. I'm not racist, you know, but our culture in that type of world seems to glorify that. When somebody dies, you know, there's some type of rapper laughing, you know what I'm saying, making mockery and things like that. You know, what is the joy of that? You know what I'm saying? What is the joy of talking about dead people and stuff like that? I don't get it. You know, I really don't get it at the end of the day, you know, because your time will come, you know, you know what I'm saying? Your time will definitely come for sure. You know, they think it's funny. It ain't funny at the end of the day. It's absolutely funny. There was somebody on Facebook years ago. You know what I'm saying? Facebook years ago, who made, and he was in that quote unquote world. You know what I'm saying? They made a fake, some type of fake page on me. He made a fake page. Well, he condoned it on his group that he was in. I ain't gonna get that group no clout on here, but he condoned it. You understand? People always making fake pages and stuff like that of me. Whatever, I don't care. You know, so you know, I viewed his Facebook page. He was making mockery of how he didn't die from COVID, and me and him went at it one time. You know, so if I would have fought him, you know, I didn't know he had a health condition. You know, he died. You know, you can't make mockery. You can't make mockery of death and stuff like that, because that stuff will come back around on you. Now he's dead, you know, and I say it like that because for a person to disrespect in general, of course I forgive him, you know, for what he have said and did and things like that. You know, I do, you know. But had I you know, physically fought him and beat him up, and he probably would have died, it would have been my fault. It doesn't matter if he had a health condition. You know what I'm saying? So blessingly, the truth of God taught me just to walk away from certain things like that, you know. And I'm glad I did, you know. I'm not glorifying his death. Now, if I was a rapper like that, you know, like all those other, you know, clowns out there, they would have made mockery of his death, you know. I mean, hey, I hope he knew Christ, which I doubt it, you know. I doubt it, you know. And a lot of, there was another person on YouTube, Mustafa Ali. You know what I mean? You try to cause friction. You know what I mean? With the truth of God with me. Certain things you say, disrespectful stuff, talking about death, threats and stuff like that. Last year, you could look it up. I forgot his daughter's name. I forgot. I forgot. You know. She was killed in a car crash, in a car accident. Listen, you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you talk threats and whatnot on. That stuff is not nothing to play with, because things like that can come back around on you, your family, or people close to you. I've seen it twice within 2 years. People come on my YouTube channel and stuff like that and email talking about death and whatnot. I go type their name in. Newsflash. Such and such died. A family member killed. Now, like I said, be careful. You cannot talk about, make mockery of people's death and talk threats and stuff like that, man. That's not nice. But at the end of the day, if you're the receiving party, you got to just pray for these people, man. At the end of the day, pray for them. Don't hate them, forgive them, and move on. Simple as that. While they dealing with some type of hatred in their heart, listen, you forgive them, you still love them. Doesn't matter what they say, and it's hard, It could be hard sometimes going back and forth with people, It could be hard. What up, born again believer? What up, Power Ranger? Okay. Hope said you still stuck in the hood. Well, what up, Latanya? What up? 120. What is a vampire? What are you talking about? Are you vampire? I don't get it. All right. What up, Marcus Williams? What up, Angela? What is the Angela Estrella? These concealed gun laws are outrageous. Well, it happened in Connecticut. What up, Tyrone? What up, G Swole? G Swole, he says, how do you think they're bringing guns into events? I mean, so much shootings are happening. Do you think that would cause them to tighten up security? Well, I mean, we don't know the situation. I mean, it's not much. It's not too much detail to it. We may hear a story where though somebody was shot and killed and things like that. Then later on, as it turns out, the other person could have been an off-duty officer. You know what I mean? I don't know the full extent of the story. I've heard people have different sides to things like that, but people can and do sneak guns into certain areas and events, I don't know how they do it. Maybe they know somebody, but they do. You know what I mean? They do, for sure. What up, Jody? Jody? Hope all is well. Marva Edwards says, leave the clubs. Thank God I never been in one, Thank God. For sure. Shirley Duke says, God is no respecter of persons. Corey Finnan, what's up? He says, I believe it's a verse in the Bible that says wisdom is too high for a fool. We really need to think of that terrible day of the Lord Jesus Christ appearing in the heavens to judge us. Absolutely. Gin Juice. Hey, Gin Juice, what are you talking about? What are you talking about with that one? You says black people always forgiving these pales when pales. Are you referring to white people? Why you call them pales for? You says when they kill us or commit racist acts towards us. I'm not into that. I don't know that. Well, I wouldn't refer white people as pales, man. I don't do that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like the person mentioned, God has no respect of persons. I don't look at white people as pals. I don't care if they look at me as the N-word, whatever. At the end of the day, what's in our heart, if we go to the graves, we gotta deal with that for sure. but I do understand what you're trying to say. You too, Latanya, have a blessed day. You know, for sure, for sure, for sure. What up, Stacy Starr? What up, what up, what up? Latanya McNeil says the dead knows nothing. They had a rapper dead body in the club like an idol. His family said he would like it to be that way because he was not a church person. He was a rapper in District Heights. Well, that's silly. That's silly. I think that's real silly. Shirley Duke says, yes, video games are evil. The school shootings that happens the past decade up until recently just tragic, and they target the and they target school children. Yes, a majority of video games are evil. I agree. You know, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. Very evil. Very evil. I do. I definitely agree that. You says Pels ain't derogatory. Well, you got to take that up with YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't derogatory. It may not be derogatory to you, you know, but how would you feel if a white person called us a black crayon, or monkey and stuff like that? See, we so quick to say, why does white person call us that? Well, when we say something like that, it's not a problem, you know. So that's why I say that, because look who came on here. Oh man, wow. Look who came in the chat. Wow, you know what I'm talking about. I know you over there grinning over there. Wow, look who came in the chat room. Swagger the rapper. I take it you from Jersey. You said June, in which a lot of people address Adam Bellamy as, a lot of people address Adam Bellamy as June, Corey Finney, absolutely. G Swole says, how will you protect school shootings from happening, and do you think the cause of it is due to them taking prayer out? How do you protect school shootings? Well, I think when that school shooting was happening with the kids, I believe the police officers was there, but they didn't go in. I believe it was a delay with the officers, because it's certain protocols that schools have to follow. I know the schools that, my daughter goes to, it's locked. Listen, you gotta ring to get in, but the kid that shut up that school, with the kids, I believe he went to like the same school but in a higher grade. That was just the little children part to that school. So he knew like how to get in and stuff like that. But it's hard, especially when somebody knows that surrounding area and actually went to that school. But they need to bring prayer back in school. You're absolutely right. A levels. A levels, this is for you. Levels, that's for you. You know what I'm talking about, for sure. What up, Ian Witherspoon? Swagger the rapper. Swagger the rapper. He says Albial is one of the GOATs. Is that a GOAT from Jersey City? Well, I wouldn't call him the GOAT at all. No, I wouldn't. I would not call him a GOAT. Who's a GOAT? Who wanted GOATs? Educational Gilmore. Educational Gilmore is doing more for the community. He's doing a whole lot for the community out there in Jersey City, for sure. Shout out to Frank, what is that, Darby, played for the Atlanta Falcons. Cleo Cole, professional boxer. I believe I saw something where they were trying to put together something for the community in Jersey City. So music don't make a person a GOAT in general. It's about giving back to the people in the community and stuff like that, and being a great influence. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people from Jersey City. Joe Budden. You know, you got the what is that? The Huxtable boy who played in the Cosby Show. You know, who else is from Jersey City? Sean McLeod, Terry DeHare, Jerry Walker. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So it's about influencing the people in a positive manner. You know, I mean, a person could be talented and skilled, but you can still use your platform to, try to make a change for the better in the city. You know what I'm saying? Instead of causing a lot of havoc in general, because the news and people who are affiliated with him and stuff like that. And if that's your cousin, I'm pretty sure, you maybe have been down Marion projects and stuff like that. You know about the killings that happen out there at Marion projects, throughout the years of the commotion going on. I'm pretty sure you know about Zeke. You know about Ish. You know about Mark and stuff like that, and it has been more murders and things like that down there, and a brawling with Marion Projects and Wilkerson and people on the hill and stuff. All that stuff is like nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense. So when I hear about things like that, I mean, I don't talk about it on this YouTube channel or Facebook and stuff like that because it's like, I really don't like get into that type of stuff, But shout out to, like I said, shout out to Educational Gilmore. He's doing a good job out there in Jersey City. You know what I mean, for the people. I just wish, rather hope that certain people could step up to being a positive influence for the city, because Jersey City is bad. When I come up to Jersey City, man, it's bad, man. It's terrible. Jersey City has become terrible, terrible. It's bad. You go up to the hill, you go up on Stegman and Jackson. You got people out there looking like zombies, and stuff like that. I just hope, it gets better, in general. All right. What up, Valentino Clark? Peace out to you too. What up, Tyrone? You said Jesus said, "Love each other." The second commandment is in the What is that? It's in the New Testament. That's His will, and those who do not do that are brothers and sisters. That is what Jesus said. So, non-Christian and Christian, your thoughts? Huh? Are you asking me a question, Tyrone? Are you asking me a question? All right. All right. All right. Corey Finnan says, "Isn't Redman from New Jersey?" Well, Redman's from Newark, New Jersey. Redman's from Newark, New Jersey. Newark. Newark. He's actually a good person. He's a good person. He works out and stuff like that. He's cool. G Swole says, "Do you think it's okay for a person seeking after holiness to go to the gun range?" Well, it's justified to go hunting, and let's say if you're a police officer and stuff like that, I remember being in the police academy last year and stuff like that, and training with the Glock 19. It's like, listen, if you're gonna be an accurate shooter, you got to go to the range and stuff like that, and that was very important to be very accurate. If you're going to be a law enforcement officer, to be accurate, or if you're going hunting for deers and stuff like that, to be accurate and things like that. But some people just do things for negative reasons. You know what I'm saying? Swagger the Rapper says, Mr. Robinson does a lot for his community. As far as music, he's definitely one of the GOATs. You can use a platform for change, but it's up to the individuals to actually change. Let me read that again. Swagger the Rapper. He says Albert does a lot for the community. And JC as well. As far as music wise, he's definitely one of the GOATs. You can use a platform for change, but it's up to the individuals to actually change. Well, I have to disagree with the first part, because all I hear about or all I see out there is educational Gilmore. You know, I believe Mr. Robinson did a 3-year bid. You know, and then did some more time. I mean, all the Jersey Journal reports and stuff like that is negative stuff on him. You know, so if he has done, positive things for the community, you know, I haven't heard about it. You know what I mean? Maybe he has. Maybe he has. But you're absolutely right with the last part, as far as like it's up to the individuals to change. You're right. I do agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But it's crazy when if a person is talking about murdering, or if a person is talking about something that they was acquitted for, and then you glorifying, the event that transpired down there at the exchange place, because I know about that. You know what I'm saying? If you glorifying that in the music, it's like, that's why I was saying earlier, if a person is a rapper or something like that, one hand they want to be Malcolm X, next minute they want to be Hugh Hefner, or next minute they want to be Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? You know, I believe it was an interview with DJ Self, and Self says, you can't have one foot in and one foot out the streets. You understand that? So as far as like with the individuals, for changing, you're right about that. I definitely agree with that. We definitely got to change. You know, um, especially, but if you could use your platform, and things like that, but you got to keep pushing that positive message. Sometimes you gotta really nail it. Like I said, you can't talk about murder and then talk about uplifting the people. You understand that? It's just like confusing state. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like parallel to somebody saying, "Oh well, I'm faithful to my wife," but yet they making Instagram videos, dancing on models and stuff like that, and glorifying, having orgies and whatnot. It's just kind of like tough, to really believe that. And a lot of rappers out there are like that. Let's just keep it real. You understand that? You know? And listen, I'm not talking down anybody. I'm not looking for clout. Listen, Tony Harvin don't need to do that for those out there who's low riding and stuff like that. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just for those out there who's thinking that way, you know. Who got caught? Naomi Hope, you got caught tomorrow? somebody just mentioned that. You got caught. Ann Witherspoon says, I have a question. Queen Elizabeth died today. How do you feel about that? What would Pastor Geno Jennings say? Well, I don't I don't know what Geno would say. I do know, but I don't know, because I do remember him talking about Princess Diana. I believe I put that video out some time ago, but like I said earlier, I hope she knew Christ. I did. I hope Queen Elizabeth knew Christ, and I hope she just, lived right, in a sense, for her soul's sake. Like I said earlier, I don't put anybody in heaven. I don't care if it's my mother, father, whoever. You know what I'm saying? If you're living like the devil and things like that, I'm not putting you in heaven. You know what I'm saying? No way. You know what I mean? No. Corey Finner says, isn't the Outlaws from JC? I believe they from North. From North. Hussein Fatal. I believe they from North. Hussein Fatal had died years ago, I believe a car crash or something like that, but I believe no. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah. Tyrone, ask that question again. Because I kind of got it lost in this chat. Forgive me, or you could copy and paste. Latanya says, did the people in Jersey City used to be friendly? Well, back in Jersey City, growing up on Fulton Avenue, it was more fun as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. I could walk to the store at the age of 8, 10 blocks away. I can go to the park and play by myself, play basketball with people, Audubon Park, Lincoln Park, and stuff like that. Whereas though people know everybody. So if I went to the store 10 blocks away, each block there was somebody who knew my mother and knew who I was. You know what I mean? That's how it was back in the day. We had neighbors from a radius to know who is who. You know, in these days, man, it ain't like that. It ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that no more. You gotta have your kids in the house. You can't go out and play. You know what I'm saying? Certain areas, drug crack vials on the floor. You know, people shooting up the place, and stuff like that happened back then, but not as much. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. All right, and Witherspoon, you said I think all weapons should be banned. Well, understandable. You said you think all weapons should be banned. Then, um, are you talking about like with law enforcement, the military, or in general? You know what I mean? Level says it's okay. Yes, it's okay. There's no sin to protect yourself. Well, um, hmm, where's the scripture at? Levels, since you said that. I'm picking with you. I'm picking with you, Levels. All right. Jinju says, question for you, Tony. If a tyrant cop violates you like they did George Floyd or Rodney King, would you just start quoting scripture or defend yourself? Even Gino said, be smart and not dumb. Well, if a tyrant cop did me like George Floyd, well, the George Floyd and Rodney King situation was different. You know what I mean? George Floyd, I believe it was like a personal issue with George Floyd and that cop because they worked with each other. You know what I'm saying? Before with Rodney King, that was just crazy. You know, a racist type of thing. But yes, I would. You know what I'm saying? I would. You know, I definitely would defend myself against a tyrant cop. Absolutely. You know, I would. You know, so yes, I would. You know, if a cop come to me, saying this and saying, of course, first I would pull out my phone. You know, put my phone in my pocket on record and stuff like that. But I would hope somebody recording. You know, at the end of the day, because the gun and badge don't don't fear in these days because people don't respect police officers. Not all police officers, but some police officers are respectful. You know, the cool ones and things like that. But you got a lot of tyrant cops out there. You know, I don't know why they act that way over $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? What make well, I would be upset too if I was an officer making 40K a year. You know, you did all that work in the academy, and you're doing all that work out on the streets, and the government treats you that way. It was just paying you 40 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even about the money, but you know, I don't understand why they act that way. Certain officers act that way for what reason? Because you got a gun and badge? That don't make sense. You know, so that was my answer to you at Gin Juice. Level says Christ flipped over tables on people who are cheating people out of money. Stop this Christ some doormat doctrine. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, doormat doctrine. I really don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about at levels. You know what I mean? But I will defend myself, and you know, if a tyrant cop or we will hope that that don't happen in general. You know what I'm saying? We hope that don't happen, but I'm not gonna sit here and sit around, and let somebody do things to me. Especially being a fighter. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. I would hope nobody say that. Swagger Rapper says before that bid, it's been a turkey drives, back to schools, rebuilding courts given to children. But when you're highlighted as the bad guy, that's all you hear. Wow, good point. Good point, Swagger the Rapper. Good point. That's a good point. And it kind of brings me back to Floyd Mayweather. When people talk about Floyd, how he was, arrogant and stuff like that. And I remember all the times Floyd, he did good things for the boxing community. The amateur fights, he would pay for like the National Golden Gloves and, expenses like that and things of that nature and give back, when we was coming up, as amateur boxers and stuff like that, he would pay for certain events, you know what I mean? Big events like the National Golden Gloves and stuff like that. But they never talked about that in the media. So I definitely understand that, Swagger the Rapper. That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Good point. So whenever, if you could contact me, BOXERTONYHARVIN at gmail.com, whenever stuff like that happens, you know what I mean? Feel free to email me. Listen, I'll put it up. I'll put it up. If anybody's doing something for the community that I grew up in, positive, whereas though the Jersey Journal ain't putting it out or the Star Ledger ain't putting it out, but they making it seem like a person is bad because that's all I would read about. That's all I would hear about. Even in the streets or people I know. You know what I'm saying? Know quite a bit of people down in Marion and stuff like that, and things in the area of Jersey City, and I don't hear nothing positive about this, about him or nothing. So if it's events and things like that, listen, let me know. I would like to see certain things like that for people who's doing, positive for Jersey City. You know what I mean? Versus what the Jersey Journal was saying, versus what all these media outlets is saying. You know what I mean? I haven't seen nothing like that. But if you happen to have information or anything like that, man, I definitely would take a look at it for sure. All right. Because you got these politicians out here, Stephen Phillip in Jersey City, so-called mayor. He ain't doing nothing for Jersey City, Stephen Phillip, at all. He's just so caught up in the spotlight. Levels. You said you don't condone killing people, but protecting yourself is necessary. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sit here and be walking with my daughters and whatnot, and some tyrant person comes up and start disrespecting. I'm not just gonna sit there. Oh no. Listen. Oh no. You know what I mean? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Swagger the Rapper. You says you can't fault a rapper for rapping about what they lived or been through. That's why people gravitate to him, because they feel it or been through it as well. I agree. Somewhat. Because I remember as a kid, well, a teenager, I remember buying a mixtape and he was on it, Simage. I think it was Love Hurts, the song I heard, when I was a teenager or whatever. That was the first song I heard from him. And you could tell, he was very talented with his words and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it comes off as, when you're talking about that other stuff like glorifying killing and stuff like that. That's the angle that we are talking about in a lot of rap music, the glorification of killing. You know what I'm saying? We're not really touching on, okay, if somebody been through prison, they have a fallen in life and stuff like that, but we're talking about the glorification of, certain things, All right. G Swole says, do you think if a person listened to gangster rap, would that person get sent to hell? Well, you got to understand, if you're watching demonic stuff, listening to demonic stuff, you're polluting your mind. Like somebody said earlier, with video games, evil video games, which bothers the subconscious of a person's mind and a person's heart and stuff like that. Even Geno Jennings, you know what I'm saying? He talked about how, I think it was one program, he talked about how a person was listening to like rap music and it just gave them like the energy to go out there and do something. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching a little documentary yesterday. I got to finish it. It's about this block in Chicago, O Block, which is named after a person who was killed by the name of Odie Perry. And I forgot the person's name. And he was talking about how drill music came about out there in Chicago. It's a sound that they came up with just to get them hyped up to do something, do something violent. You know what I'm saying? So certain music could have an influence on you and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? Because it still can come into the subconscious of your mind and subconscious of your heart, for sure. I remember listening to rap music and it was just tuning my mind. I don't have to put it on verbally or loudly or anytime, but it's just the songs can keep playing in your head all day, every day, giving you some type of, energy to do something and whatnot. What up, Alicia Williams? So I got a rapper says my comments are popping up slow. Just know I'm responding faster than you're receiving it. Swagger the Rapper. Swagger, peace to you, born again believer. A Levels, chill. Levels, chill. You said semantics. Come on, Jen. You stop that. Matthew McCall says, "Hey, brother Tony, somebody got that snot box rocked." Well, I guess you're talking like Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell talked that way. I wouldn't say that, man. I mean, Hassan Campbell says that. June was a good dude. He was good. He was a good dude. I would say that. Like I said earlier, I have nothing negative to say about Adam. You know what I mean? Just a sad way that he got shot that way. You know what I mean? But that's what Hassan Campbell would say. Let me see. Genju says, I think all the good cops are in the cemetery. So what would have happened if what happens if I decide to go back into law enforcement? You gonna say, well, you gonna call me a bad officer? You know what I'm saying? You gonna call me a bad deputy? You know what I mean? If I happen to take that route again at Genju's, what you gonna say? You know what I mean? Emmett Spears says, your brother Tony, I'm back. That was internet interruption. Was no photo. Okay, for sure. All right. Shirley Drew says the news always lies and reports negative. Nothing good. Nope. What up, Tika Johnson? The topic is basically, we're talking about like rap music and things like that, polluting the mind. We're talking about killing, people getting shot and stuff like that. Some of everything. If you have an experience of dealing with somebody getting shot, or what is your take on rap music, things of that nature. JG says, did you hear about the racist bank that refused to cash a senior retiree check? Crazy people, you know who you are. Okay. What up, Ernest Beard? And with the school, the devil gets in your mind, not in your heart. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Because I believe there's a scripture in there that says the heart is deceitfully wicked or something like that. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree. Yeah, the devil can get into your mind, and what works from your mind goes to the heart. You understand that? So if the devil pollutes a person's mind from the music, it's going to seep into their heart, and they're going to have the feeling, and they're going to have the want and energy to act out and manifest the negativity of sin that they want to do. You understand that? So, that's my answer on that. He heard my car said 2 brothers got shot in front of my house 2 days ago. I'm sick of the killing. For sure. I mean, we all tired of the killing and stuff like that. And things of that nature, but it's not going to stop. I mean, things like this is fulfilling the scriptures. It's fulfilling the scriptures, absolutely. At the end of the day, the best thing we could do is, and Witherspoon says, "Oh my God, I was taught wrong." Listen, I wouldn't say that. What I was saying to he heard my cry. Excuse me. Yes, the killings won't stop. We're gonna hear about something else later on. Certain tragic events is gonna happen. We're gonna hear about it later on. Chenju said the difference is you're not a bad guy like those other tyrants out there murdering black people. Oh man, you're funny at GJ for sure. So we're about to conclude this live. So if anybody got any other last minute comments, words of whatever to say, feel free to say it. But I appreciate everybody for coming on this live talking about the topic at hand. Appreciate Swagger the rapper. You had some truth there, man, for sure. Definitely for sure. Swagger the rapper, definitely for sure. Everybody out there on this Thursday night, the weekend is almost here. Thankfully, the weekend is here. We could finally, most of us who got off the weekends, we could rest and relax and watch the Truth of God and stuff like that, and just chill. Have a T-bone steak, ribs, whatever. Just kick back and relax. That's what I'm aiming to do. Just kick back and relax. get our bodies, charged up for Monday. All right. So I don't know. We might be having another biblical discussion Sunday, maybe. Maybe. The Truth of God videos. I'm putting them on rumble.com. Rumble.com, YouTube. You come up with all these other guidelines and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about YouTube channel terminations and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But, I decided to talk about this. Hey, levels. 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 You know why I'm doing that. All right. Much love and much prayers to everybody. The Truth of God videos. If y'all could, if you're interested in viewing more of those videos, Facebook.com, Tony Harvin on Facebook, Tony Harvin on Rumble, Tony Harvin on Daily Motion, Twitter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. But shout out to everybody, Tika, Ann Witherspoon, Shirley, Jen Juice. And may you all have a blessed night. Peace.